What is up, you guys? It's your girl Toyana Renese, and welcome back to my channel, you guys. I know it's been a little minute, but I am back, you guys, and I'm ready to pour some content into you guys. So let's go ahead and get it. So if you're watching this video, you're wondering about this universal law that I'm going to be discussing today, the amazing law of, let me spray my glow for my skin. I was looking a little dry there. Give me a little glow here. But yeah, you guys, all of this link in my bio. You can check out this. But yeah, it keeps my skin glowing and feeling amazing. So the law of sowing and reaping. Okay, so it's amazing to me as I was studying the law of sowing and reaping, that it applies, so many things apply, or we can see in nature that we see on the spirit realm, and then actually in the physical realm also. So when I'm talking about the law of sowing, reaping and sowing, basically I'm talking about from a mental standpoint today. So what are you talking about? So whatever you think, you guys, becomes your reality. Thoughts are truly things. One great resource that I would highly recommend is, now I'm gonna say that for last, so make sure y'all watch to the very end so y'all can hear the resource that I highly recommend you listen to, that talks about how our thoughts are so powerful and how they create our reality. But how we want to look at it is like the soul is our mind, right? And the thoughts are like seeds. So you have your mind, and when you have these thoughts, they are seeds being planted in the soil, and then you need water, right, and sunlight for the seeds to grow. Now the thing is, it doesn't matter if these seeds, whatever these seeds are, that is what type of harvest you're going to reap, right? So if it's bad thoughts, your mind, the soil doesn't care if it's a bad or a good thought. So that's why it's up to you to choose these thoughts that you're thinking on a daily basis. Are you going to choose to reap a good harvest, a positive harvest, or are you going to choose to reap a negative harvest, negative thoughts, fearful thoughts, or high vibrating thoughts? You know what I'm saying? It's up to you what you're planting, what seeds you choose to plant. So that is our responsibility. And another thing that goes into that is the way we watch these things. Houston, I need you to come up here, because what do we talk about? Come over here. Come over here. No, come over here. Sit till I'm done. Thank you. So it is very important, and it talks about this to all my Bible scholars, about how we have to stand at the door and guard the gate of our mind, because what flows into our mind is literally what basically creates our reality, because thoughts create feelings and emotions, and those emotions and feelings create actions. It's thought, emotions, which ultimately lead to the action that you take, which leads to the results in your life. So we have to be mindful of what we're listening to, what we're seeing on TV, and all of that stuff. So that is how all of that plays. It really is not a religious thing. It is a basically a scientific fact that, you know what I'm saying, we have a subconscious mind that never sleeps. So if you're listening to all of this violent music, you shouldn't be surprised if you have crazy violent thoughts that could potentially lead to actions in a scenario where something presented itself to happen. You're more likely, because you've been listening to these things, to react in that type of way, versus someone who may have been meditating and listening to positivity and listening to positive stuff all the time. If something pops off, they may not handle it in the same way, because their mind, they've been guarding their mind, right? So that is huge. That is huge, guys. It's very important that you guard your mind. Mindset is everything. Now the next thing is when we think on the things that we don't want versus focusing on the things that we want. So if you focus, a lot of times we may think, well, how are your thoughts creating your reality? Like what? Because so many people live on autopilot. Like half the people don't even think, which is a huge problem, because if you're not thinking, that means someone is controlling your mind, and that means that you're acting out the way they want you to act out, right? Which fits their system. But when you take control of your mind and you understand that your thoughts are creating your reality, you know that you're going to be feeding yourself a different type of content. You're going to be doing different things. You're going to be setting and commanding your day every morning. You're going to be waking up. You're going to be meditating. You're going to be, understanding the power of physical mastery and how it leads to the success in other areas of your life, right? So focusing on what we do want versus what we don't want is very important, because most of society focuses on the lack of what we want, or basically what we don't want. We focus on the problem instead of focusing on the solution. We focus basically on the opposite of what could all go wrong versus what could go right. And so we get what we focus on, which is the problem. And we continue, it's a cycle. We continue to get what we don't want because that's what we have been focusing on and thinking about, keep thinking about it. The same energy though that you use to think about what you didn't want and what happened, you could have thought about what you did want and put the energy to make that happen. So that is a huge transition. It takes practice. I've had to go through that transition of understanding this whole so you're telling me thoughts really create reality, but they really do, you guys. And it takes practice. Like you literally have to monitor your thoughts, and you'll start seeing how crazy your thoughts are, like and just some of the things that we say not thinking. You'll be amazed after just monitoring what you've been thinking and all of that stuff. If you did it for just a week, you'll be super shocked at what you observe, and you'll be like, okay, I understand now. Like, how do I switch this around? Okay, but it's a process. It's okay. And most people on their spiritual journey, they witness this, and they have to go through this process of transforming. Be renewed, be changed by the renewing of your mind. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's how you transform your life, is by renewing your mind. It's in the Bible. Okay, so now a good way to do this is with affirmations, because we've been programmed by what we've been saying to ourselves, and most of it is negative versus positive. So that's where affirmations come in, and you can check the link in my bio, in my description, and you can get I have some digital affirmation cards on some of the biggest insecurities we have as people, from fear, guilt, things of that nature, and how we can start speaking these affirmations. And at first you're not going to believe them. You're going to be like, this is bull crap. But I promise you that if you keep speaking it, then repetition is the mother of all learning. Okay, so when you repeat these affirmations over and over and start to believe it and start to feel it, it starts to reshape your belief system. And your belief system is everything. So and I will suggest that you say your affirmations out loud. Speak it out loud. Say it with feeling and emotion. And yeah, if y'all have any questions, y'all just let me know. So I hope this video has helped you. These are just some things that I've learned on my spiritual journey. I don't know it all, you guys. I'm still on my journey. I feel like a person who is looking to master themselves. Know thyself. You're always and forever will always be a student. I don't want to get to the point where I know it all, because at that point, that is no wisdom at that point. So I'm always an open book, learning new things And my goal now is to share what I have learned on my journey so far with others who may not be where I'm at on my journey, and who are looking for the answers that I was looking for, you know, when I was at where you're at. So it's all about passing the knowledge on, sharing the knowledge to help the next person. And I found that, well, not found that out, but like I was looking at Maya Angelou's documentary, and she was like, that was one of the things she said: share, teach what you have learned. And one of my coaches always says that if you feel like that, if it's one thing, so how do you know when you should start sharing what you know? Because I know a lot of people may have a, you know, insecurity, or may not feel confident, or may be like, well, what do I have to offer people? Like, but I've learned, and I'm learning, that there's so many people who don't know what you know, like what comes natural to you. There's so many people like, what? So I'm getting out of feeling like that people know what I know, because there's a lot of people who don't know what I know, and it is my duty and responsibility to share it with others. So I got that from Maya Angelou. Teach what you know to others. That's what it's about. That's what life is about. Teaching your experiences, teaching someone something. If it's the way you know it's valuable is if it will help one person. If it will help at least one person, it's worth sharing with the world, you guys. So I hope this was very valuable for you. Leave me a comment. Let me know if it was valuable for you. Let me know if you're going to try it. Let me know if you have any questions about the digital affirmation cards that I created for you guys. And yeah, I'll see y'all on the next video. Let me know what other topics y'all might want to know about when it comes to affirmations, your spiritual journey, your faith, the spirit man. I do meditation every day, so what questions you may have about meditation, things of that nature. Yeah, so let me know what y'all want to know, and I will see y'all later. Peace.
I could drink.
Yeah, baby.